and Lahaina High School. Dad was a proud Luna, very proud. And Maui was Smokeaway for me, even though he moved from Maui to Honolulu. Maui was always Smokeaway to my dad and my mom. Music was always something he loved doing. I remember stories he used to share with us growing up. They were poor. They didn't have a whole lot of luxuries like other families back then. And I remember him saying he made his own makeshift ukulele out of a broomstick and a sardine can, oval can that had the ridges on the back. I've seen those cans in our house growing up. They had ridges on the back, and actually we kind of hit it. It kind of mimics the sound of something. You know? So he started making him one of those when he was growing up. He was into music. He loved music. In high school, he really excelled in music. He was so popular. He had an outgoing, fun personality that the cheerleading squad club asked him to join. So that made history that year in Maui as being the first male cheerleader coming out of Lahaina High School. The oldest school was the Males. The following years, other males joined in because they wanted to be like him. Dad started to play music in high school. He was discovered at 15 years old by Emma McFarden, Emma Sharp McFarden, who came out of the Pu'uhana area in Maui. He was playing around in backyards, playing and just broke out that this small statured Filipino man was playing music all over town. Played for anybody, whoever wanted music, you could count on my dad. He was always there. His mom was, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. He did it because he just loved playing music. In high school, he later joined the choir club. That is where he met my mom and me. Dad had many friends in high school, but he had a selected few. And when he found out that they were mom's cousins, he thought he hit the jackpot. If he married her, he'll be at every party with the love of his life and his best friends. His best friends were my mom's cousins, Palmadano and Stephen Kalama. He called them the Kalams. Their last name is Kalama, but he called them Kalams, the Kalam brothers. His best man was mom's other cousin, Uncle Albert Paul, and his brother Francis Paul. Another person in his wedding, a best friend of his, which we took as family, was Henry Rillard. That was my dad's closest friends and lifelong friends. Dad used to say when he started to court my mom, my grandma didn't like him because he was Filipino. But he played music. That's what softened up my grandma. Strong Hawaiian, very Hawaiian woman. Because of him playing, even though he was Filipino, he wasn't Hawaiian, she kind of let up. At 15, he started playing with that team with the Four Sharps in Maui, all over Maui. At 15 years old, he wasn't able to get into the clubs. So the Hala, or Emma Sharp and her group would wait for him to arrive, and they would take him to the back door, to the backstage, was so small, they could hide him perfectly behind the curtains and behind the palm trees that decorated the stage. And he would sit there and play whenever they had games. He was proud of those days at 15 years old. He said he made his first $1, and he was so happy. And he would always say, "Hey, those days, $1 is big money, man. It's 50 cents an hour, $4 a day." Later, he started to make $5, and Grandma, his mom, would make sure that his older brother Joe was the driver and took him to every game that he was supposed to be at, because he was making pretty good money at 15 years old. I'm going to read the music career of my dad, a.k.a. Uncle Sam. Sam Septimo, a.k.a. Uncle Sam from the islands, born and raised on the Valley Isle, the island of Maui, to Catholic Filipino immigrants who migrated from Spain to the Philippines and to Maui. He was raised on a small plantation surrounded by pineapple fields. Dad attended Lahainaluna High School. His older siblings were all musically inclined. His older sister Mary played piano. Older brother Joel played accordion. His brother Frank was another guitarist. Manti Connie played ukulele. And Dad, at that early age, who used to watch them all play, he played it all. He learned to play himself by himself. He would sing at the same time for fun. Learning how to sing and play came gradually to Dad. There was a development process each time the Septimo children got together for their family jam sessions. The music career was never a thought in playing around, but it merged into 50 years of a challenging and rewarding career. Cultures soon sparked his interest: Japanese, Samoan, Tunisian, Spanish, Filipino, country western, and rock and roll. Admired throughout high school as an outgoing, friendly, comical personality. Again, like I said, he became the first male cheerleader. He was seen singing all over everybody's party throughout Lahaina. He was always happy to entertain family, friends, anyone and everyone. As long as you enjoy his music, he'd play for you. No problem. In the early 50s, his extraordinary style of playing sparked interest by many musicians. He played everywhere. Banyan in Lahaina. Being the youngest, he played along Jacob Long, Bill Klein, Philibert and Joe Secretarial, as well as Auntie Emma Sharp's Lee Spooky. Dad played for the Four Sharps, the Maui Sunsetters, Lawrence Falagal, Quartet, a.k.a. Uncle Larry Arietta. He was one fabulous bass player. He sang all over Maui, Auntie Becky's Tavern, the Midnight Inn, the Banyan Inn, Maui Nakahoe Inn, Club El Amigo, Lahaina's Coconut Grove, Lahaina Whales Trail Club, and my cousin's place, located at Halekipa in Kuala Maui, which Dad wrote a song for the owner Bill, entitled My Cousin's Place. After graduating in 1954, he moved to Honolulu to look for work to help his parents on Maui. He was fortunate to find a job at Pearl Harbor in 1955, and he worked there all the way to 1970. Dad would always always share his stories of winning the attendance award record at work. Plus he never missed work. If he was sick, he hardly ever called in sick. He would win practically every year the attendance record. Something he always used to stress to us kids, which kind of still stayed with us a little bit. He transferred to Schofield Barracks in '70 in the entomology section as a pest controller up to 1998 until he retired. Besides working a full-time federal job daytime, he was entertaining nightly throughout Waikiki. The late John Beeline Watkins hired Dad as a musician and lead Tahitian drummer in his Polynesian extravaganza. At the time, Hawaiian entertainment flourished in the hotel showrooms throughout the islands. Las Vegas type showrooms, though traditional in Hawaiian fashion by today's standards, boasted some of Hawaii's most exciting entertainers. Pumahulas across the state would follow in the same suit as John, as he hired them to perform in their show. Joe Kahonganeo, Joan Lindsay, Kanoe Long and her stars of the Paradise Polynesian Group, and musicians for the show, comprised of names such as Eddie Ogawa, John Keane, Elma Ahuna, Lebo Biho, and the incomparable Upen Ruiz Kaleki from Ilimahua Studio. All asked Dad to be a part of the show. Dad eventually broadened his horizon and started his own Polynesian group called San Septimo and his Polynesian Exotics, comprised of all of his kids. That was a loss, all the kids, including his practice, and our high school friends, our hula brothers and sisters, which are here tonight. They are special people to my father. Polynesian Exotics was the first group invited to perform for the people with Hansen Fijis on the island of Molokai. Freelancing with numerous popular groups came countless travels throughout the islands, domestic and internationally, holiday parades, sometimes back-to-back nightly performances. Mom paid a key player as Dad supported. You'd hear Dad leaving in the morning to go to work and Mom would say, "Okay, what's tonight?" And he'd say, "White pants, blue paleka, black shoes." That was Mom's routine, and Mom did it for years. We heard that every morning. While entertaining professionally, Dad was married and a father by then. Working days and nights took him away from his home and us. In 1966, he started to write and compose songs for his family and his children and the island of Maui. He wrote about 50 songs. He wrote 3 songs for his daughters, myself, Leil Nui, which was the first composition of Dad's recorded on the Blue Dahlia album, which Dad was very proud of. Hawaiian Heart recorded my sister Vino's song, Nani Lei. Uncle Kawai Puckett did the honors of recording my older sister's song, Maka Alohi. All compositions of my father, which he was very proud that well-known people recorded the music. He started playing with Tony Lindsay all over town in Waikiki. You could find them in Dillingham at a place called the Big K's Third Tavern, packing the house. Club Volcano in Huron, City Inn, Club Polynesia, Steamboat in Waikiki, the Hula Rama Club in Kinawa, Wangi's Club on Kalani Street, Pohaki Bar on Nimitz, the place that Dad used to play back to back. Day job, entertain at night. We did that for years. In the early 70s, Don McDermott of Hula Records label came knocking. The group was not long late hours with to preparation, mentored by Hawaii's well known as the Alice Namakiua throughout the entire music arrangement. That was the era of the Blue Dotting album. The release of Blue Dotting was a success. The Lim family came knocking, requesting, asking for Dad's permission to record one of his compositions, which they did. And Jiggle Kiawe, O'Brien Uselli came knocking. Dad gave them the blessings. Tony Lindsay and Friends featured my dad, Dickie Connie, Sonny Kiamahuli. They became long, like friends, until they all passed. And now Daddy and the Blue Dotting trio ends that era. Daddy wrote a song for a waitress that worked at the Maui U in Maui called Lamalani, which was also recorded and was also a hit. And he wrote it for a lady who was a waitress that took care of them, always served them pupus, endless pupus. And she had asked Uncle Tony, Uncle, can you write me a song? And Uncle Tony just said, don't ask me, you gotta ask him over there. You gotta ask Sammy. And my dad did it with no hesitation. Lamalani is on the second album here in Hawaii. And he gave it to you. Kealahasi, a very good friend of ours from Hawaiian Heart, no longer with us. Recording Dino's song. Lanile, Honolulu Bay, where that was Daddy's background. His playground. Honolulu Bay. Who can go to Honolulu Bay today? Nobody. Only the rich. That was their playground back then. He joined Uncle Kauai Pumpkin in 1999, and he stayed with Uncle till Uncle passed. Dad used to say, oh, everybody who passed away that I played music with. And I used to look at him, and I used to feel really sad. Because being a musician, you become a family to people that you play with for a long time. I want to add that Dad shied away from his music, but Mom keeps still. He wanted to take care of her and put his music to the side. He was fortunate to start some recordings that wasn't recorded with Alika Young. Some raw material that we hope to see this come to completion. One of Dad's songs that we wrote. I want to thank you all. There's so much to talk about my dad. But I want to thank you all for coming, taking the time out of your busy day and sharing your stories with us. I met people from when Dad was working from, I don't know how old he was. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you to our families, our cousins, and friends, and longtime friends that came from afar. Our hearts, we love you. Thank you for the support, blessings. You all blessed us with your presence today. It means a lot to me and my family, and my mom. If my mama don't remember you, call her mom. She didn't know this. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for saying goodbye to my daddy today. sharing your story that only you and him know. Keep with you.